Okay, so now I'm going to install the CPU, and got this down here. I've got my CPU right here. It is the i7-4930, nice and fast processor. So what we've got down here is, okay, so I'm putting on my right here the water cooling, which goes up here. And the instructions say here that I got to put a back plate on for the H100, but in all actuality, the back plate is already on here, and so I've got these little screws that came with it, and just got to screw them in. I'm just doing them hand tight, and the reason I'm doing them just hand tight is because it doesn't need to be. They'll get tightened down when I tighten down the top half of this. And so now to put in the CPU, and then we'll attach the water cooling, add the memory, and start plugging everything in. Woohoo! Maybe this will seem dumb, but look, the box is sealed. Let's see where's the seal on it? Gee whiz. Okay, it's all sealed along here, and then it's also sealed on this side. Just, you know, I can see the CPU is right in there. But after my hard drive experience, I'm a little leery. Okay, here it is. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? That is the i7-4930K. And it's definitely got a lot of... well, they used to have pins on them. These are not pins anymore. These are all just flat. They're just little pads that'll sit in the plate there. It used to be that you had to fit the pins in. Not anymore. Now I just want to mention, for those of you who are doing this for the very first time, that you've never installed a CPU before, this is what it looks like sitting in here, and I can tell you that the orientation, it is not possible to put it in the wrong way. You're either, because it's not exactly square, and it's got these little edges down here, these little key endpoints where if you try and put it in backwards, they just won't fit, so you can't hurt anything. So go forth and try it. The new CPUs these days are not hard. You don't have to worry about bending pins. You do have to worry about touching any of the connectors. You don't want to touch anything, but pretty easy these days. So installing the CPU cooler, quite easy in this case. So this is the Corsair H100. The pipes go up to the radiator up here. There is some fans up here. Now we're having trouble focusing. So this stuff though. Okay, so some comments on this. One is that I really like that I don't have a big ass fan that's here taking everything up and getting way in the way of everything. So the water cooling, really, really nice. Something that's not as easy is that, and you can't even see them up here, but here's the ports up here for the fans going up to the top of the radiator to control those fans. And now I will be able to plug them in easy, but it's not as easy as it could be if they were on another side. It seems to me like this is the least logical side, but whatever. Maybe it's because it's closest. But I am really happy with the small amount of space that this takes up. It's going to make it a lot easier for me putting in everything else like the RAM and plugging in all the rest of the cables. That'll be pretty easy. The last time it, in my other machine, which I do have a link, there's an annotation on here to my other machine build, the fan in that is enormous and takes up a hell of a lot of space. So it makes it really hard to work around, and I fear having to take it off in order to do anything. Now, this one, I just hand tightened all the screws. There's 4 of them around here. You don't have to do them super tight because it just needs to be solid. It doesn't need to be, lifetime. Well, I suppose it does, but, it doesn't need to be so tight that you can't get them back off, and because you don't need to bend the stuff or put stress on the attachments there. So just so it's a nice solid connection, that's what I got.